Welcome to Cult Fiction. This is our scary movie and show episode. We're going to be talking about shows and movies that actually scared us, right? Not necessarily Halloween themed. We might do that in the next podcast, but movies and shows that for some reason or another we all found terrifying. Also, it is Eric's turn this week for our trivia game, so he's going to kick us off with clue number one. Hit
Okay.
it when you're ready, sir.
Okay. So I was telling Jubal because I'm doing five, right? So I have a few good ones, and then I have a fourth one that should give it away, and then
Right.
a fifth one that if it doesn't give it away, you should wear a helmet when you fucking walk around. You know what I mean? Like because like come on,
uh,
you know?
right.
So
I'm with you. I'm with you.
so let's go. The first clue is softball.
Softball. All right.
Yeah, softball.
Handlock?
Uh,
Wait. Check.
I'm just guessing this. I'm sure it's not right. So we're texting on this one. On the
Yeah,
last one, I think we did DMs. On the next one, I'm sure we'll use something else.
yeah.
So
Did Jubal already nail it? Is that why you're laughing?
No,
if
no, no, he
we're
didn't. He
no, I
didn't.
didn't. If we're going to talk about stuff that's actually scary, let me kick it off, and we'll just go
Sure.
around a couple
Yeah, yeah.
times, right? But I'm gonna pick the one that I'm sure a lot of people would pick, but it has stuck with me over the years, and it's The Exorcist, right? The
Yeah,
Exorcist was absolutely terrifying, and it remains terrifying. Like I
yeah.
don't know how long it's been since you guys have seen it, but it is still scary as hell. Like it's real scary, and it's
It's
not
so
for
scary that I'm 46 and I don't watch it.
right, right. It's real scary. So I'm just gonna get that out of the way. I'm gonna acknowledge up front. Okay, The Exorcist is probably, like, objectively speaking, the scariest movie ever made because it just trips everybody out that watches
Yeah.
it. So moving on from that, I would like to hear, actually, because Alex, out of the four of us, I think, is like the horror movie connoisseur,
Yeah, he's the biggest
right?
horror movie fan,
He's the
right?
guy who knows the most about horror movies. Um, what would you say, sir, is the movie that has actually scared you the most? Because I know you're generally immune
I
to
mean, there's
scary.
two things that I remember scaring me the most, which was one of them was it's not even a very good movie, but it was in Pet Cemetery that, Zelda, the sister with spinal meningitis and
Mm,
everything, just like, I mean, the movie itself is not that great, and but it's just like that whole thing with, I mean, you guys remember it? The
little
Yeah.
sister that
bit.
had spinal meningitis was like bedridden. She had like feed her with soup with a spoon. And it was actually kind of interesting if you go back and look how they made it. It's actually a guy, like a really, really skinny man playing this, distorted invalid female. And like, it was just so creepy. The way it was like the spine was all like protruding from her back and everything. She could
Was
barely
was
move.
Pet Cemetery the one where like the little brother gets hit by the semi?
Yeah, the original
Yeah,
from 80,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
the old guy who kept saying, "Sometimes dead is
yeah,
better.
yeah,
Sometimes dead is better."
yeah. Sometimes, and the one that freaked me out, I remember because I saw it in the theater, and it's not, I don't even know if you would classify it as a horror movie, really, but Jacob's Ladder was
Yeah,
just like,
there were some disturbing visuals in that movie. Like
right.
I would say the culmination, like the resolution of that movie, I wasn't really a big fan of. But man, getting to the end was like a trip. What do you got? What do you got, Bueller?
I don't have a lot, dude. I mean, as far as scary goes for me, and I can spend an entire podcast on this.
I was gonna say Bueller is like if Alex is one, Bueller's two on scary shit. So
Yeah.
I mean, I do enjoy watching it. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy watching it. But I also do not believe in the supernatural, ghosts, any of that stuff, monsters. If something goes bump in the night, it's either a raccoon or somebody trying to get in my house. Period. There's not a fucking spirit lifting shit around. It's just not a thing. That's not happening. That's just how I feel. But I will tell you a movie that scared the shit out of me, and I can explain this now as an adult, but I couldn't when I was a kid was it when they finally released it on TV. Um, And I can explain it as an adult because I must have seen a preview for it on like USA Network or something, right? Must have. But I don't recall that. So I had nightmares about a killer clown trying to kill me.
Mhm.
And then I watched the movie It with my folks, and I was like, this is the fucking clown that I saw in my dreams last week. And I couldn't explain it when I was that young, but now as an
Sure.
adult, I'm like, I had to have it had
Saw a
to
preview,
watch this.
right?
Yeah, had
Yeah,
to.
commercial
So
or something.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, it without a doubt scared the shit out of me. The one that I always go back to, I think this is our third time doing this Halloween podcast, is Mama. I love Mama. I think Mama is just a fantastic horror movie for stupid reasons. I just love the way it was done. I love the reveal. I love the way it ends because it is not a happy ending by any means. It's not like everyone lives and then the bad guy will come back another day. It's none of that shit at the ending.
Right, right.
It's just it's great for a horror movie, and so Mama is one that I will always stand by.
All right.
Did you ever see
All
The
right.
Orphanage?
Yes,
I
but
never saw that.
If you
don't
haven't, you might
recall
want to check that one out. Yeah.
I don't
Those
are-
recall.
But
You know which other one, now that I said it out loud, you know which other one had a really good reveal though? And I bet we all forgot about it until this moment. The Others with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
That
a
had a
cool
good
one.
yeah,
reveal.
That
yeah,
was a
yeah.
cool one. That was a cool
And-
flick.
And you know what's interesting, when you bring up It, that I only learned this recently. Like, everybody remembers Tim Curry's performance in It. It's like
Sure.
iconic. But he's on screen for like 4 minutes total.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh
Let
yeah.
me
It's
throw
ins-
out another
It's
clue
insane.
Oh,
before we
okay.
get
Yeah, yeah.
too
Okay.
long.
Another clue. Another clue.
Let me
Here
throw
we
out
go.
another clue. Cuba.
All right.
Ah, fuck you. So no.
Cuba. So first clue was softball.
Yes.
Second clue is Cuba.
Gooding Jr.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm not even going to guess that because that's not the right movie. I have no idea. Let me think about it. So,
I can't remember the fucking name of it.
so
Yeah.
while we're talking here about movies that affected us, I'm going to take it back in time again, right? To just shortly after The Exorcist came out for what I think is legitimately the second scariest movie ever made after The Exorcist. And that is the original Poltergeist, right?
Okay.
That talk about clowns, like
And
that-
trees.
trees, clowns, like microwave
And real
ovens,
skeletons, evidently.
mirrors, yeah, like it just everything wrong in that movie.
And that's one of those things, like, it came out, when it was PG,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
I
it's
know,
like
right?
we'll
that
take the
and
whole
Jaws,
family.
like,
Yeah,
PG-rated movie. You watch
it'll
that,
be
and you're like, what?
exciting for the whole family, and then your kids are like emotionally scarred for the rest of their lives, right? That movie really scared me. Now, again, granted, when I saw Exorcist and I saw Poltergeist for the first time, I was pretty young. But dude, Poltergeist was so scary.
Poltergeist holds up pretty well.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Eric, you got to get in here. What do you got?
once you say that with the whole scene with the braces in Poltergeist, that was the one that fucked me up, and the clown.
Yeah,
Those two kind of fucked me
Yeah.
up.
the clown. The one that really fucked me up was when he was just looking in the mirror and like started peeling his skin off of his face.
Yeah.
That was dirty. What do you
Rated
got?
PG.
PG.
Yeah.
Parental guidance
Parental
suggested.
guidance suggested.
Suggested.
Not necessary.
For shits and giggles, I'm gonna give another clue.
All right. All right.
before
Here
I
we
go.
go. Wow. All right.
Third clue is courtroom.
Courtroom.
So the one that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that I like to this day I still like sleep funny because of it is I believe it's Nightmare on Elm Street Dreamwalkers.
Okay.
There's a scene.
The one in the
There's
mental asylum.
Yes, the one in the mental asylum. There's a scene where the one of the kids is like laying straight and his arms are out and he Freddy cuts his veins out of his
Tendons.
arms.
Oh yeah.
His
Okay.
tendons,
uses
yeah.
them as a puppet,
Marionettes and yeah.
Yeah.
marionettes him. To this day, I sleep with like my arms crossed, you know, like kind of like
Just in case
this.
Freddy shows up, you'll
And
be
that's
like,
what's gonna stop it, right?
damn, his
He's
arms are
gonna come in and
crossed.
go, "Oh, you bastard! You figured out my," you know. It's just one of those things, right? It's like, you know, it's just like, oh darn it, you know.
That's funny.
His arms are crossed. What are we gonna do? So, uh,
Foiled.
yeah. The other one is, I want to say I think it's also a third one. Alex knows which one it is. I think it's Exorcist 3. This was also in an asylum.
Oh,
This
yeah.
and this affects the way I walk out of rooms to this day. Like when there's a character, I think it's a nurse.
The nurse closing the doors. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she walks out, and then it shows it from down the hall just a bit, and then the character like comes out with like a hedge trimmer that's gonna lop off her
Right.
head. And
Right.
so she's just closing the doors, and then she walks off, and then the music hits, and it's like, "Ah," and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So now whenever I'm closing up doors around the house, I'm just kind of like just a little peek around the corner because I saw that when I was like 11, and
Sure.
it's just
Sure.
I
to
mean,
this
that's
day.
arguably the movie. Again, that movie isn't particularly good, but that's
Right.
arguably the greatest jump scare, maybe a top 3 jump scare of all
And
time.
you know what's funny is like it was always a big thing to me, and then I mentioned it to Alex, and he knew exactly what I was talking about, which
Mhm.
means which validated, at least to me, that was like, yeah, that was a pretty point, like
Right.
scene,
Right.
because Alex does partake in many, many, many horror movies. So for him to be like, I know exactly what scene you're talking about, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not just me. That scene does fuck people up.
So, question for you, Alex, as our horror movie connoisseur, or for Bueller, both of you guys. What do you think of all the scary movies that you've seen? What do you think would legitimately be for most people the scariest movie out there? Like not necessarily just for you, but for everybody.
Like currently, or are we taking like all of horror movies into account?
All horror movie. I mean, anything pre 1980 is probably not going to be that scary.
Well, I mean, because you bring up The Exorcist, and the reason I say this is because when they released the mastered one and they put in the spider walk, that
Mhm.
spider walk kind of fucked me up seeing it
Yeah,
visually.
Right.
yeah.
Like that was messed up, dude.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
kind
Yeah,
of
it already took a movie that was already fucking people up and then just was like, let's
let's
just ratchet it up a tiny
put it
bit
up to an
more.
11. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alex, you go ahead and take that one, man. That's going to take some
I mean, yeah, it's really hard to top The Exorcist for so many reasons, and it's just
Right.
I mean, I would say like Exorcist has got to be probably the most terrifying, like scary movie. There's other movies that are like really scary.
And there's
but
The
sort of
Shining.
like
The Shining is
The
scary as
Shining.
shit.
I mean, Alien is really, really tense,
Yeah.
but it's kind of slow burn. It's just
Right.
kind of like uneasy, through the whole movie kind of thing. But
like-
Exorcist, Exorcist is just like fuck, man. Like
When
you couldn't
Blair
do that movie today.
No, I don't think so.
No, like when Blair Witch came out, Blair Witch had all the hype behind it, and you watched it, and it was
There
like,
was a lot of hype.
oh,
There was a lot.
Right.
to an
Great
extent,
marketing campaign.
fantastic marketing and reading into what the people had to sign off on, they had to use their real names for the marketing. So if they got looked up, this is before Google what it is what it is
Sure.
today.
Right.
Sure.
They still had to sign
Wow.
off on their real names being used in the movie, just in case someone did a background check, right? Just to make it as authentic as possible. But then you watch the movie and it's like you're anxious watching it. You're
Yeah.
very anxious, and then you get to that whole build up at the very end with the guy looking in the corner and the cameraman getting his head knocked in or whatever. Like the whole build up was to that point, and I mean it worked. It worked really
Yeah,
well.
that visual is still I can still think of that visual
Mhm.
of
And it was
him standing in the corner. Yeah. Okay,
it was
next clue.
good. Next clue.
Oh,
Next
next clue. So this is clue 4. I'm stumped,
Flight-
dude. Softball, Cuba courtroom.
Flight logs.
Flight logs.
Bro,
Flight
The
logs.
next clue will give it away.
Okay.
100%.
Apparently, I need a helmet.
No. The next one you will need a helmet.
All right.
The
Okay.
Light
next one you
logs.
will absolutely
Yeah.
need a helmet. In fact, when I say the clue, you'll all go. If you don't guess it already.
All right.
I'm already
Softball.
mad. I'm already mad at these
White Lotus.
clues.
Yeah, that's hard, dude. This game is hard. So I wanted to.
Joe got it.
Who
Okay.
got it?
Joe got it.
Joe got it. All right.
God damn it, dude. All right.
So I wanted to say, moving to more contemporary entertainment. There's actually a couple of series that are worth your attention if you like scary stuff. One of them is Black Mirror, which does some really interesting stuff. It's kind of sci-fi stuff. But there was one episode, and I think it was season 3, that was all shot in black and white, and it was real scary. But maybe more like red meat for real horror fans would be, if you haven't seen it yet, the series on Netflix, Fall of the House of Usher. I really, really liked Fall of the House of Usher. It wasn't like a jump scare, like terrifying. It was just this constant kind of low key, like really unnerving scariness to it that I thought was super.
I mean, you can take anything from Mike Flanagan, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
And that's the same guy that did Life of Chuck, which is like blows my mind.
I know, right?
Right.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
So what else you got, Eric? Anything else?
Well, I'll say this. An interesting question would be, for people who don't like horror movies, what is a good movie to watch that is not filled with jump scares? Is it almost kind of like can lure them into the genre?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with
I
you,
got
Eric.
one too, but yeah.
Okay.
I just because I want to bring this up anyway, I just wanted to talk about this tonight. The Fear Street anthology on Netflix.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh, dude, it's
Fear Street.
Fear Street. It's 3 movies
Hmm.
set in 3 different decades. They all kind of tie into each other, but it's like a modern day play on 80s horror movies. So it's almost like a parody of itself while also still ringing true to being a horror movie.
Okay.
It's campy and ridiculous, but still scary. So you can still find some fun points in it and still enjoy it. The colors, the direction, the writing, the acting, everything just seems kind of campy, yet at the same time is still trying to get under your skin and make it a horror movie. But you're not like, oh my God, I'm going to piss myself watching this movie, because it's still
Right.
It's like, what were those stickers back in the 80s, 90s? Leslie Frank, Lisa Frank, whatever. It's like a Lisa Frank take on horror
Right.
movies.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So it's good. It's still
Fear Street, and it's 3 movies.
Fear Street. It's 3 movies set over 3 different decades. They're on Netflix every time around this year. I honestly, I can't recommend them enough because I think they're really well done.
Okay.
I've
Cool.
heard pretty good things. I just never got around to watching them. Yeah.
So what about you, Alex? A scary movie that's not necessarily a horror movie.
I would say Exorcism of Emily Rose, which is a pretty good one, because it's kind of like, it's good, sort of like, half horror-ish, but it's like also kind of courtroom drama, right?
Okay.
So it's sort of like you have a courtroom case going on, and then when they do the when they're talking about the case, it's sort of taking dramatic, it's assuming that what's being put forth in the case is accurate. So you see these sort of flashbacks. So it's kind of horror, but it's also just like, you can kind of take it as it's not really horror. It's just that's the interpretation of what happened, right? But I think that's kind of an underrated movie overall, really, because you have this sort of, and both work, both halves work. You have a courtroom drama that works, you have this horror half that works, but because like the horror aspect of it is sort of, it's not quote unquote like real, it's just sort of like the interpretation of what's being said. So it just has a sort of, you can roll with it a little bit more than something that's like pure horror. What's so funny, Joe?
I'm because I know what Eric's last fucking clue is going to be, and I'm laughing my ass off.
Hey, text me what you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
You text me what do you think it's going to be.
There you go. Yeah, text him what you think the last clue is going to be. Let's see if you get bonus points.
You fucking know what it is, man. It's the quote.
No. That
okay.
would give it completely away. That would,
Okay.
but
All
this
right.
will give it completely away. So let's do. I'll give you the last one. I'll give you the last clue. This is going to be Jubal and Alex both going. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Code Red.
Code Red.
Dude, I'm still so fucking mad because I was on the right path on the second
Uh,
clue and I still fucked it up.
Code Red. I
I'm
thought
still softball courtroom.
I thought I
Code
was
red.
great at movie trivia, but I need a helmet. That Code Red, flight logs. Uh, are we
Cuba
allowed to
courtroom.
Cuba courtroom like
Softball, Cuba, courtroom, flight logs, code red.
Code Red?
So
I even
Yeah.
gave a sixth clue. I even gave a sixth clue.
Did you?
Yes, because I said I had a, I have a few good clues.
Oh, so this is A Few Good Men?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I
God damn,
don't.
dude, I'm so mad.
Okay. Because
I
courtroom. Okay, then Cuba is Cuba Gooding Jr.
No. The Cuba that's where they were stationed in
what's
Yeah.
Cuba.
what's
So
softball?
so
Okay.
I was like,
Softball is where when he was part of the softball team, and that's where he got the case. In the very beginning of the movie, they
Okay,
came to him. He was playing softball. He was part of. In fact, that's one of the reasons he didn't want to do the case was because they had like a softball game coming up.
okay,
What? That's why that was the first clue because that's the most random.
right,
Right?
right. And what about flight logs? What is flight logs?
Flight logs is how they figured out that they that he did order the code red because they changed the flight logs. Their alibi was, oh no, he was being flown off in the morning. And they're like, okay, well, if he
Okay,
was being flown
okay.
off in the morning, why wasn't his suitcase packed? And it's because they
So,
changed the flight logs to make it
uh,
look like he was being flown off in the morning.
solid clues. I haven't seen that movie since very shortly after it came out. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back
Good
and
flick,
watch it
dude.
again. So
Good
it
movie.
is. It
I
is. I
gotta, I
remember
gotta
really liking
say,
it.
when Eric said Cuba and I went Cuba Gooding Jr. because it was after softball, and I'm like,
You
there's a
might, yeah, you
fucking.
might have got people on like a track with that. Yeah.
Well, I was like, isn't there a fucking baseball movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.? And that's
There's like Jerry Maguire or something. I don't know. No, that was
Oh,
dude.
that was
football.
football. Yeah.
I went off the rails. I think I text you. What did I text you? Fucking hardball and something
Yeah,
else.
yeah. Hardball. Yeah, they were like Sandlot, but yeah, I threw in there at the very beginning. I was trying to be
That's a tough
coy
one.
with the whole like, oh, I have a
That
few
was
good
good.
clues,
That's
That
a
was
and
tough
then
good.
a
one.
fourth one and a fifth one.
All right,
Got
Alex and
it.
I need helmets.
I got it. You guys get helmets next
We
episode.
get
So yeah,
helmets in the next episode.
so for me, I have two of them that first one is Saw,
Right. The original
like
Saw.
the original Saw. The
Right.
original Saw. If if you don't like horror movies, but you want to watch a horror movie because you want to, just get over your fear, that's probably a good one. That's probably a pretty good one. Another one that might not seem that way because it seems really scary, but it's actually not. It's just a good flick. The latest iteration of It.
Yeah. So the latest iteration of it was pretty scary in some
See,
moments.
that's the thing is I didn't necessarily think it was scary. I thought it was just a good movie.
Yeah, it was well done. It was
First
well
Yeah.
half
done.
a lot. I think the second half was a little silly.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
haven't
I
seen the
got
second one. I haven't seen the second It.
oh, you
I just
haven't?
no. I'm gonna watch it
Oh,
probably
okay.
this Halloween season because
Sure.
my wife and my daughter ended up watching It. We ended up watching It one day, and we were like, wow, we like actually really enjoyed this movie.
Mhm.
So probably gonna end up watching the second one.
So
Yeah,
I'll
right
throw out.
on.
Let me throw out a couple here. These are movies that are not horror movies, but that have thematic elements that can,
I mean, they
that
could
are
be a horror movie, but they're kind of like a horror movie that is palatable, like
right.
that somebody who doesn't like horror
Yeah.
movies can watch.
Different, yeah, different,
I
and
mean,
they're connected by director. All right.
I mean,
Okay.
more
So
recently, I don't want to give it too much away, but Weapons could qualify too. Joe's gonna
I
watch
still
that
haven't seen.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Weapons.
I'll
I'm gonna
watch
watch
it
it tomorrow
tomorrow.
too.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the two movies
Weapons
that
is
I'm
almost like a mystery with heavy horror elements, but heavy
Oh,
horror
interesting.
elements.
Okay.
so the movies that I'm thinking of for people that are not necessarily into horror but want something scary, The first one is Mimic,
That's a good
directed
pick, yeah.
by Guillermo del Toro. Very suspenseful, bordering on really scary, but more sci-fi than like actual, horror. There's nothing really supernatural about it. It's just really, really well done. And then same director, much different flick, but also very scary for different reasons, is Pan's Labyrinth.
Dance Labyrinth.
Oh,
Uh,
Pan's Labyrinth's so good, dude.
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great
So
movie.
I remember
good.
that you avoided watching that one for the longest time, Pan's Labyrinth. Remember?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, no, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's really good because it seems like it's gonna be something
Right,
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's some really fascinating visual elements to it. But yeah,
It's one of the best when it comes to interesting visuals. Like,
yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
he's so talented. He's so talented. It's ridiculous.
So he
Yeah, just the
directed
visual aesthetic of every
he
single movie
directed
he's
Blade
done.
2, right? Del Toro directed Blade 2.
Blade 2, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, which is the like,
the best of the series by far.
oh, yeah. It's Blade 2 is fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Blade 2 is so
Mimicking-
good it makes Blade 1 seem good.
it makes Blade 1 better.
Blade 2 is the one with the vampires that kill vampires, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
right.
it's so good.
It is good.
Yeah, because I have rewatched Blade, and it's good. It's good. But it was better in 1997.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
It's-
1998 when it came
It's
out.
as good as it can be in a 1998
It's still
movie
the
about
best-
a dude running
The
around
best
killing
Marvel
vampires.
movie that was made before the MCU.
Yeah, 100%.
The,
Oh,
the Blade-
100%.
the whole
Yeah,
Blade-
100%. And then Blade 2 came out, and Blade 2 was just like, wow.
It was on
dude.
another level. Yeah.
It's
Another
just kind
level.
of
And then
shocking
Blade-
how good it was. You didn't expect
Yeah.
it to be as good as
Yeah.
it was.
And then Blade 3 came out, and we were like, huh.
Hmm.
I
Garbage.
still don't hate Blade 3. I still don't hate Blade 3.
I don't
Blade-
hate it, but it's easily the worst.
The worst of the three. It's the worst
That's
of the
fine.
three.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll
It's
take
the
that.
worst of the three.
Actually, you know what? Now that, because I mentioned it earlier, a good horror movie, like a good pure horror movie for people that might not be into horror would be The Orphanage.
Okay.
Because
All right.
that is a horror movie, but it's like the elements of it and the way it unfolds and everything. There's scary parts, but it's still very, very dramatic too, and has a very, very big dramatic impact on you. But it would still be a horror movie. That would be a really good one for people that didn't, or maybe wanted to test the waters. They don't want
Right.
gore or like.
Yeah, see, my thing is I don't like gore. I don't
Yeah,
like
I'm not into
slasher
it.
stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not into the
Cabin in the Woods.
cabin. Okay, so
Oh, I
Cabin in
love
the
Cabin in
Woods.
the Woods.
Cabin
But
in the
that's like-
Woods
That's
is
like
not a horror
that's-
movie.
Yeah, that up and horror movie.
So
that's like,
but it has the premise of being a horror movie.
Right.
If you don't want to, if
Right.
you don't want to be scared and shit like that, like
That's true. That's true.
Like-
That might be a good one for
Yeah.
people who don't want like
I
a
think-
horror movie, but they want.
I think Cabin in the Woods works better if you know and understand horror movies.
True.
You
Same
know?
as Tucker and Dale versus
There's a
Evil.
lot of truth to that because it's almost like in a way like a Scream. You know how
Right.
how,
Right, exactly.
how Scream kind of. In
Plays
fact, the
on-
original Scream might be one. If you really think about it,
Yeah.
the original Scream might be one of those too.
But again, it's one of those things like, yeah, like you're saying, it's like, and somebody who does never
plays
watch
on the
horror
tropes
movies?
of horror movies.
Right.
It plays
Yeah.
on the tropes of horror movies. yeah.
Exactly. If you don't know horror tropes, Scream's not going to be as good, and Cabin in the Woods is not going to be.
Tucker
anywhere
and
near
Dale
Yeah.
versus Evil.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Evil Dead. There you go. Evil
So
Dead 2.
with Alex talking about weapons being out this weekend, also we have Derry comes out on Sunday. So
Mm.
Yeah.
Derry comes out on Sunday.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
I'm
so
really
down
torn
for
about
like
whether I want to watch
in the
it or
trailer
wait
for
it.
Derry,
Done.
how they had a truck for Shawshank Penitentiary
Right.
in the. I was like,
I didn't
nice.
see that. That's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, one like because
There's
they
going
were
to be
talking
so
about
many
somebody.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, they were talking about somebody who was going insane. They were going to have to go to the loony bin or whatever, and then it said like Shawshank Penitentiary, and I was
Right.
like, nice, all in the same universe, kind of, you know.
Right. Well done.
And
Yeah.
I just found out. I just watched it yesterday. Actually, I always get it mixed up, dude. It's not A History of Violence. That's the Viggo Mortensen. In a Violent Nature. In a Violent Nature is out on Hulu and Disney Plus. And this movie is interesting because it's told from the bad guy's perspective.
Hmm.
honestly, when you start watching it, within the first 10 minutes or less, you're like, this is a video game.
Hmm.
I'm the bad guy in a video game. And I had to look it up because I guess the director was kind of going for that. And then they get away from it further in the movie. But like you really feel like you are in a third person video game controlling a
What's
merc.
what's the name of it again?
It's called In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature.
The
Yeah, it's
premise is
not
basically it's a slasher movie, but you're going from the point of view of the slasher killer.
Hmm.
so I wanted to tell Alex, we were texting about this. I wanted to say like I'm watching it and it's not really a slasher because the violence pretty much happens off camera. And then I got halfway through the movie and went, never fucking mind, dude. Never mind. It is
It's
fucking
kind of like the
gory,
substance. Remember, I told you the substance.
Yeah.
The
So-
ending kind of screwed up the movie, and you're like,
No.
I don't know what to
So-
talk
Probably
about
not for
there.
me.
You know, that's
Man,
another
like,
that's
oh,
another thing to ask, and that's another thing to ask is like uh whatever horror movies with interesting premises, right? Like did you guys end up seeing the one with Vince Vaughn where it was basically like a Freaky Friday
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
he switched bodies with the
Yeah, I know the one
cheerleader?
you're talking about. I never saw it though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I totally saw that. It was great.
I thought it was great, dude.
You know, I would reference a movie that I've actually never seen, but that is on my list. I keep going past it, and one of these days I'm gonna have to watch it. But it affected a lot of people, and everybody said it was great, and that was It Follows. I never saw It Follows.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
And
really
It's
good.
it's really good. So like that's what I've heard, and I would imagine it's not bloody, right? I don't think
No,
there's
it's kind of slow too. You know, it's not
It's
like
slow, but it's bloody enough. It's not gory,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it's bloody enough.
Fair enough.
Follows is good. It Follows is good. I feel like I watched something before It Follows, and someone was like, "Oh, if you like this, watch It Follows." And I watched It Follows, and I was like, it's more subtle.
Hmm.
It's I wouldn't say a slow burn, but it definitely kind of it's more gripping. It's not as much in your face, so you pay more attention to it.
Interesting.
I also like the kind of the Back to the Future horror movie from a few like 2 or 3 years ago from
yeah, I forget the name.
Prime.
Oh yeah, what was it? It was Happy Death Day or something like that.
No, that's
No,
more
that
of
was
a
a
Groundhog
Groundhog
Day
Day one.
meets. Yeah,
Which honestly wasn't bad either. The Groundhog
Yeah.
Day one, like a Happy
that
Death
was
Day.
more of a Groundhog Day one. This
Surprisingly,
one was more like Back to the Future,
and
where
like the latest Final Destination was like good trash. You know.
yeah.
It is. I mean, it knows what it was trying to do, and it did it well. And it's like you can't
Right.
ask for more than that. You
Oh,
know?
Barbarian. Have you guys seen Barbarian?
Nope.
Yeah. Barbarian is the first movie from the guy who did Weapons.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
And I remember I watched Barbarian. I would bet $1 million that Jubal would watch the first half of Barbarian and be like, "This is one of the best fucking movies in the last fucking 10 years." And then the second half of Barbarian, he'd just be kind of like, "Okay,
All right, probably.
whatever."
I watched
Yeah, I know what
Barbarian.
happens in Barbarians, and I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's pretty accurate.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like it's a movie in 3 parts, and so
Yeah.
so when like the second part kicks in, you're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
And then the third part ties it all together, and it's like this makes 0 sense. But all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm already invested.
I'm already on the ride. I guess I'll go
enough.
down. I
Yeah.
guess I'll go down the slide. Yeah, let's go.
So,
But it's interesting, you know, that he went on to do Weapons. Like, yeah, I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to get people's hopes up either. Because the thing about Weapons too is like it's getting so much hype that if somebody sits down and they just want to watch a horror movie and they think it's going to be like the best horror movie of the year, I can see him being pretty disappointed.
right.
One of
See,
the,
I
the
think
reason,
that
the reason
that
that
happens
it's
a
so
lot.
good is because it works on all the levels that it is not a horror movie.
So okay, and I was going to say that I think that's that happens a lot, and that's why it was so successful too, is because there are people who love horror movies, and then there are people who maybe like want to love horror movies, and then there's people who don't care about horror movies. So when a movie comes along that is a horror movie but is a good movie where normies can watch it, it gets like it blows up.
Right.
And it sounds like Weapons is this year's It, right?
Right.
Is this year's Saw or whatever. So it's like it's this horror movie that horror movie fans like, and then normies who are like, I don't know if I really want, and then they watch it and they're like, like they feel like they accomplished something because they got through it. They're like, yes, I watched the shit out of that. And but really it's just a good movie. And so I think there is some of that too, where it gets kind of hyped up because there's people who are like, I really like that movie. And it's like, really what it is you don't like horror movies and you're proud of yourself that you made it through that movie, you know? So
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
There's a lot of truth to that.
There's so many different levels of horror movies, and like I said earlier, like when it comes to like ghosts and shit, I'm like, I'm whatever. I don't.
yeah.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, and
But-
some people watch horror movies for camp, you know, like Evil Dead 2, right? It's
Right, right.
campy
Sure.
horror movie.
But like was like you guys, Eric brings up Saw a couple times, and I'm like, those kind of movies mess with me because they're like real people that are doing real things to real people in a movie setting, obviously.
Sure.
So like thinking of Saw 2, when Shawnee Smith is actually the bad guy, yet one of the drug dealer throws her in the vat of needles.
Yeah.
That scene fucking like ruined me, dude.
Right.
Thrown in a vat of used needles and digging around in it, I was just cringing all over my body.
Yeah.
And then you could have like
I don't need to see that.
you could have what is it, Terrifier, who guts a woman from her vagina to her,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like,
okay,
I
yeah.
don't need to
okay,
see that. I don't need to
whatever.
see
I
that.
don't.
That's
I've
the
never
stuff
seen any of
that
the Terrifying movies. I have
that's
not
the stuff that I
considered watching them.
avoid. It's like
Well, it's not that I avoid it. I'm just like, nah, whatever.
No, that's what Jubal avoids.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and
what
I
I avoid.
honestly I don't blame him. Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm like, I don't see that. I don't care. But Shawnee Smith going in a vat of needles, I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might as well have been a vat of spiders.
Right.
Really, just
Right.
like
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I mean, dude, spiders like honestly, the spiders in the second Harry Potter movie scared the crap out of me.
Dude, arachnophobia still scares the crap out of me. I
Arachnophobia.
love it.
end
Great,
of Wild Wild West.
great movie.
Oh,
In
no.
fact, that
I keep trying to get Jubal to watch Infested because it's like a
no,
horror movie from Spain. It's like spider oriented. I'm like, dude, it's so good. Like Joe, you
no,
Infested.
no, too many spiders.
God, it's so good.
Arachnophobia is a good one for people who want a horror movie that is not a horror movie.
That's a good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah,
It is.
That is,
It is
yeah.
great.
100%.
It is
It is
great.
great.
Everybody should
Goodman.
watch Arachnophobia.
Prime John
Yeah.
Goodman.
Prime John Goodman.
Yes.
Although, you know, John Goodman's still in it. Fine. That guy still kills it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's a gift to cinema.
Okay.
So next
Sure.
week, you guys want to do? We're going to do Halloween themed movies, I think.
Sure.
So we've got some time to think about it. The movies that actually incorporate the holiday of Halloween in some fashion.
Okay.
And so we'll try to get that in before the 31st, but we may not. But we wanted to make sure our list of scary movies is out there for everybody.
So who's gonna do the trivia movie next week? Alex
You
or
want
Jubal?
you want to do the trivia, Alex, next week?
Sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Remember, if something goes bump in the night in your house, get a baseball bat and call
It's
it
a raccoon. It's
Yeah.
a raccoon.
Yeah.
That's
An opossum.
that's my favorite.
Gotta go.
It's a raccoon or somebody breaking in.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what's scarier. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week.